Hello, Marksman520 here, bringing you well, I'm playing some MMO, which is a MMO of Pokemon. And basically, essentially, what they do is they use a ROM and kind of they have their own server, and they only have one server right now, which is high population. Hopefully, it's still under huge development. It's not even fully functional. I believe you can't go beyond like the seventh badge or something. I haven't actually gotten that far myself because actually I only have one badge on this character, this guy. Um, but I like it, and it's still under development. So if you do want to play it, I will gladly give you the instructions on how to find this game. But anyways, as I said, it's still there's some things that don't work. There's some things that do work. They just had an update that fixed a few things, but I don't think it actually advanced the story. I think you're stuck at like the seventh badge, I think, right now. I haven't actually gotten that far. I only have one badge with this guy. So I haven't really played a lot lately, but we're gonna go to new character here, and our character name will be Marksman 20, and Dema 520. Because there's not enough room. See, if I keep typing, that's actually, as you can hear my keyboard, that is as much characters as you can have for your rival. And we'll be a male. And our color, so you can have all these different colors: yellow, cyan, black, green, blue, red. Red, a lot of people do use red. Mine, as you saw, was green. A lot of people use black as well. I think I'll go for yellow. Probably can't have numbers. I don't know why they'd let you put that in, but there we go. So I got both these characters now, and we're going to log into this one. It's going to be a fresh run. And you start in your house, and it's simple keyboards, move, arrow keys, move. Z is A, X is B. I don't really know what the triggers are. I guess that would be, but I don't really know what the triggers are for the back buttons, and you can run right off the start. You do get running shoes right in the beginning. It's a little different, so you got to come up here. It uses the Fire Red ROM, so this is essentially Fire Red, but it's not fully functional. There's some parts that are just kind of messed up. Some abilities don't work right like they should. But as I said, it's still under development. It's not a finished product, so don't expect a finished product when you play. Um, and DEMA is short for democracy. Should have been demo, shouldn't have. Oh well, shit happens. But anyways, when you play this game, don't expect a finished product, because it's still a work in progress. Um, so Pokemon I'm going to pick. Well, my first one, this guy, as you saw him, he had Charmander, and I usually go with Charmander, which is this one. But I'm thinking, no. You can also click too. I just use the arrow keys to select, but you can also click. That works too. Um, I think we're gonna go with Bulbasaur. I'm not really sure. It's the hardest decision ever. So I don't want to go with Charmander. I usually go with Charmander, um, but I just barely did one with my other character. And if I am going to be playing this character, as I plan on playing it and recording the progress, where I'll probably play my original character a little bit, ahead, um, just so I know what works and what doesn't work ahead of time. Um, but I don't want to have a Charmander because I have a Charmander with my original one because Charmander's the bestest. Actually, Charizard's the bestest. I do like Charizard. Um, hmm. And as you can see, there's a bunch of people running around. These are actually other players, so there are other players. It is online, and essentially they kind of base their entire thing off a ROM that they use, the Fire Red ROM. So essentially Fire Red, but I think they have. all the Pokemon, because if you know Pokemon, then you know that some Pokemon are available in Fire Red that aren't available in Leaf Green, which is the opposite of Fire Red, um, and vice versa. But I'm not sure if they include all the Pokemon that are possibly available through both versions. And obviously, you know, I think they only have, I heard they only have up to the 7th badge right now. So yeah, it's still a work in progress. It's not complete. You can't do the Elite Four yet, but you know, eventually you will be able to. It's still a work in progress, like I said 100 times. So we're gonna go with Bulbasaur here. I was really contemplating a Squirtle. I really do like Squirtle, but you know, it's a very hard decision. Um, just leave, and then we're gonna get to fight here. So let's see if we win. If you win, you always, it's not usually that hard to win though. This first battle. So we got Tackle here. He's going to use Growl to lower my attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Growl to lower his attack. So he's going to just spam that shit. Well, I can't have his, if he's lowering my attack, normally I'd just go straight for the kill, but if he's going to keep lowering my attack like that, obviously I have to think about, you know, what comes after. If I don't lower his attack, he will be more powerful than I am, and his attacks do a lot more damage than mine, and I'll just kind of have to try to grind it out that way. So we're just going to lower his attack like that, and I don't like the fact that his Pokemon is faster than mine, because that means he gets the first move and I don't. But hopefully we'll be able to, so we just got a critical hit, and that's crucial. As long as he doesn't get a critical hit, which he just did, we should still have this. Because even a critical hit wouldn't kill me right now, or knock me out. Pokemon don't really die, they just get knocked out. So I win. I win. And you're basically guaranteed a level right there. Level and a half, really. Is a little less than half, I'd say. Halfway to 7. A little less than, say, about 40% or so. So we won, which is awesome. It's not really hard to win. So now we have to leave. See, as you saw, there's a lot of people with black. A lot of people like black as their color, and I don't really blame them. It looks pretty good. Stop talking to me! Alright. And it's a bit laggy. Even if you have a good computer and a good graphics card, it's still kind of a bit laggy. I have to do this in full screen mode so I can record with Fraps instead of using another program, which means it's going to be a little more laggy than doing it non-full screen, which there are options like that. I'll show you the options in a second, because there are some options that you can use. There's no graphical options, obviously, and there's a chat down here with several chat modes: normal, shout, whisper, trade, global, and channel. We'll come up here and we'll go to our game menu here and we'll go to settings. You do have some video settings. There's resolution, which I think is actually new with the update. Then there's full screen, draw borders, draw player grass animation. Oh yeah, when they walk through the grassy animations. Then you got the FPS limit, which I set at 60. I don't think it's there though. You got your volume. Then you can change the keys. You got a bunch of keys here. You can change them if you want, but that's their default. Then you got the text speed, which I have way up, so that I don't have to sit through all that text because I don't read it. It's not really necessary to read. It doesn't really, you don't really need to read it, alright? And then you got a filter for bad word. You can highlight sound. I don't really know what that means. And you got Battle BG blend. I don't actually know what that is. I think it's on by default. Then you got the old chat theme and chat bubbles, which if you saw somebody was talking earlier, there are bubbles when you talk. Auto decline dual. This is new. I know this is new. This is 100% new because I read the notes that you can now set it to auto decline duels, friend requests, and trade requests. So I'm going to set it to duels because I had this one guy, and the good thing about this, about the duels is when somebody challenges you to a duel, it tells you their average Pokemon level in the screen. That when it asks you if you want to accept or decline, it tells you their average Pokemon level, so you know if you're gonna go into a fight, if you're gonna stand a chance, if they're way higher than you, which is good. But I'll decline that because I don't really care about doing duels at the lower levels. I would rather do them at the higher levels. You can trade your starting Pokemon, but only once they get to level 50. So I believe people, I heard that it was capped at level 7. Or not level 7. I heard it was capped at the 7th badge, but I think your Pokemon aren't level 50 by them, but I know people do have 50 plus level Pokemon. So I don't know if they grinded it out or if my information is wrong. I know it's not fully complete, but it seems kind of hard to grind out to level 50 when you don't have gyms and you don't have higher level areas. I mean, maybe you can't do the 7th gym, but maybe maybe you can still go into the areas and fight higher level Pokemon like that. But I have played almost every Pokemon game, so I know exactly what to do. You got to come into the Pokemart here, and then you got to get a parcel, bring it back to Professor Oak, then you'll get your Pokedex, then you'll get your town map, and then you're good to go. Good to go. Did I go? Yeah, I went to the Pokemon Center. Cool. So one thing I'm going to grab, I don't really have to, I guess, but on my way through the next town, I forgot the name, I'm going to grab me a Mankey. I'm going to go off to the side where you go to the Elite Four, and I'm going to grab a Mankey. Because I needed to grab a Mankey when I had Charmander, because Charmander, obviously, he can't fight against rock Pokemon like Brock, but fighting Pokemon are super effective against rock. This means that I went and grabbed a Mankey and leveled him up, and he had fighting moves which are super effective because you can't get water Pokemon or grass Pokemon before Brock, and so you need something that's effective. So I'm going to go grab Mankey anyways, because they are, it's always good to have a fighting Pokemon. So we're going to drop this off here, so we can get our Pokedex, and then we'll go grab our town map, and then we'll be on our way. I want to heal my Pokemon. I'm not sure if your mom still heals them. I'm going to have to check that out, because I don't think he will. And that machine doesn't seem to work. I don't think it works. I mean, I'll try it just in case, see if I can heal my Pokemon, my Bulbasaur, but I don't think, I think I tried on my first time, and I don't think it was working, but come on, I hate this text. I gotta sit through it, even though it's really irrelevant to the entire thing. That's what I hate. I hate it, in the regular game too. Even on the fastest text speed, it still takes forever to get through these long, drawn-out dialogues that are kind of irrelevant for most people who know what's going on. So we're going to check this thing out, and I'm hitting A. I'm hitting A. I'm hitting A. It's not working. So we'll come out here. And we'll see if, because I know she does it in the regular game. I'm not sure. I think she does it here too. If you talk to your mom, she'll heal your Pokemon. Yes, she does. Your Poke party's right here. They don't actually show the health of your Pokemon, but green basically means you're in a really good, kind of perfect health state. You can also hover over it. If you hover over it, it tells you the Pokemon's name, the level, and their HP out of their max, so how much they have out of what they maximally can have. But then a quick indication of how your Pokemon's doing is if they're in great standing health, they're going to be green background, and then they'll have a orange or yellow background if they're kind of in between, and then a red background if they're have very low health. So that's a quick indication of that, but you can also hover over to see how much health they have exactly. So we got to come here and talk to our rival's sister, and she'll give us a town map. Yes. And now we head back, and then I think we got 5 Pokeballs from Professor Oak. I think. Yes. So I've actually, knocking on wood here, not cursed myself, but I've actually never not caught a Pokemon. I always weaken them first, and we'll get a free potion from this guy, but I always weaken them first, obviously, and then I throw a Pokeball, and they've never came out, and I don't know if that's a bug, if that's, something they gotta fix, but every single time I've thrown a Pokeball at a Pokemon, they have been caught on the first try. Knocking on wood here to not curse myself, or jinx myself, that's just something I found out. We're going to want to catch this. We're not going to want to catch this Pidgey, because it's level 3. I want a level 4 Pidgey, because I think at level 5 it learns Gust, so that'll make it easier, especially when it's level 4s, so I can really find anything much tougher than they are. Which is unfortunate, because we found a level 4 on our way down, but we didn't have any Pokeballs, so I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. So we're going to come this way for a second and try to grab a Mankey.